codec details. Right here you see for stream 0, that's your video stream. It'll tell you right here, type as video for stream 0. Codec is AVC1, which means Advanced Video Coding Standard 1. For stream 1, which is the audio stream, because everything starts with zeros with computers. Stream 0 is video, stream 1 is audio. It says codec is MP4A, which is the MP4 standards audio, standard audio codec, which is AAC.
This is Kilo 1, I have it.
Now, the only downside to X264 is that it takes slightly more CPU to decode and play X264 than it does to decode and play Xvid, but it's worth it. It doesn't take that much more. Another thing to note, which I will show you in the next video when I start showing you how to transcode, is that X264 takes a lot longer to transcode than Xvid or DivX, but like I said, it's well worth it in the end. Alright, so we covered videos. Alright, what else should I cover in this one? I'll go ahead and start covering different things about video. When you're playing video, let's see if I can. I didn't want to dump a DVD until the next video. Alright, check it out. When you're encoding video, there's things you got to pay attention to, like frame rate and everything else. Let me see if this displays frame rate in VLC. Frame rate, 25 frames per second. I transcode everything to 25 frames per second, which is actually a PAL standard, European standard. Which, even though it doesn't use the Europeans' color model standard, I still use their frame rate just because I like it. Anyway, alright. With some video, that more specifically DVD video, any DVD you're trying to transcode, audio and video is telesend. Sometimes it's interlaced. Now, when television, and let me see if I can find a good example on MPlayer's manual page. I need Google for that. Hello. There we go. Alright. Alright. Now, the MPlayer's manual is a great place to start learning all this stuff. That's actually where I learned everything that I know. With video, you've got, and it's really hard to explain this. I wish I had visual diagrams, but check it out. Imagine a video, as most people do, as pictures, successive pictures that, when displayed one right after another, imitate movement. And for example, we'll just pick a random picture out of an art folder. Okay, so imagine, if you will, that this is one a full frame of information, picture information from a video file. Now, for most video files that you download from the internet, if this is a video, when you play the next frame, something in this video will be slightly different. Or something in the next frame will be slightly different. When you play the next frame again, it'll be a whole picture frame, but then it'll be slightly different than the previous one. And then, you know, one after another, it imitates motion. Alright, whole frames in video is called progressive video. A progressive video means that each and every time it displays a frame, it's a complete picture. Each and every time, even if it's only, even though technically it never displays a full picture at a time, it just doesn't. It's the way it appears, but that's a little bit beyond the scope of this video. But we'll say, for the sake of simplicity, that when it displays information one frame at a time, it's displaying whole pictures one frame at a time. That is called progressive video content. Now, a lot of video especially if you buy a DVD that was made for TV, for example, Family Guy. I've got that DVD. Let's see. Alright, check it out. Now, I've already encoded this, so it's not going to appear interlaced at all, because I de-interlaced it. But this is a television show, as most of you already know. Okay? So, televisions actually display in what's called fields and not frames, like progressive video. Again, progressive video displays whole picture frames one at a time. Well, television doesn't. It displays fields, and it displays top fields and bottom fields. Alright, so imagine, if we will, matter of fact, let me see if I can't show you with the GIMP. Alright, so we'll do this. Alright, here's our picture of a city. Just give us a little room so we can grab shit. Let's make a new layer. Alright. Now, I'm just gonna rough this out. I'm not even gonna try to get it pretty. I'm not even gonna try to get it perfect. Alright, I'm just gonna fucking rough it out. Alright. I probably could have done this like before I started recording. It probably would have made more sense, right? Anyway, as you can see, these bars, which I'm very slowly adding to the picture, these represent a television's display. A television display is divided into fields. It's not frames of image. It's actually fields, and it consists of even numbers of fields and odd numbers of fields, or rather even rows and odd rows. Now, when picture information is sent across, depending on the type, it can display top field first or bottom field first. That's one of the many options you have when dealing with interlaced content. And one more. There we go. Actually, to be technically correct, I need to. Alright, so we've got this going on right here, and I should crop the bottom off just for alright, so anyway, as you can see, we got one row of picture information and one row of nothing. One row of picture information, one row of nothing. One row of picture. Well, these rows are fields. This is top field, this is top field, this is top field, this is top field, this is top field. This is bottom field, this is bottom field, this is bottom field, this is bottom field. It consists of even fields and odd fields, or top fields and bottom fields, whatever you want to call it, all the way down the picture. It'll display top, and then it'll display, after it displays top, it'll display bottom. And then that makes one whole picture frame, because the top's still on the screen, and then it displays the information for in the next frame, it displays the information of bottom fields. Then in the next frame, it displays the information of the next top field all the way down the screen. Then in the next frame, it displays the information of the next bottom field. Now, as you can guess, because it's displaying fields, because it takes 2 frames to display one full frame of picture information, it has to play the picture faster in order for the picture to appear to be the same speed as if it were progressive content, as if it were whole picture frames being displayed one at a time. So, when you have DVDs that are entirely progressive, meaning whole picture frames, one right after another, which, like I said before, technically you never have that either. But for the sake of simplicity, that's what you've got. Anyway, those are filmed at 24 frames per second, which is actually not even 24. It's actually a ratio that's close to 24, but for the sake of simplicity, again, we're calling it 24 frames per second. At 24 frames per second, that's what most of your video and film is filmed